I'm Sage. I wanted to show off the custom faction that I've been working on ever since my friend got me back into WarCraft 3 mapping by showing me his custom Dwarfs faction. So this is the Corrupt Legion, or maybe just Legion, I'm not sure yet. But it's based upon the Satyr faction, the corrupted ancients from that mission in the Night Elf campaign. Very loosely based. So the stewards are our worker unit. It's a little bit slower, a little bit beefier than the traditional worker. Their unique aspect is that they have this empower ability. Empowering one of your structures will give it bonus armor, as well as bonus health and mana regeneration, so it's a solid defensive ability. However, it also grants your structures a unique effect based upon which structure you're targeting. The town center, the Despoiled Ancient, gains the ability to autonomously harvest gold. You'll see a little +10 popping up periodically. The Stone Circle, our supply structure, gains a move speed buff to nearby allies, helping to compensate for that slightly reduced movement speed that the stewards possess. I also want to show off the first production facility, the Symposium, and the units within that. The first unit I'm going to show off is the Vile Tree. Now, the Vile Tree is our light melee unit. Not much special about it in itself. Very low damage, low survivability. Its utility lies in its ability Brambles. So when a Vile Tree starts getting low on health, you might consider using this here. Brambles will sacrifice the Vile Tree to essentially cast a short duration entangling roots on a target. Useful for interrupting channeled abilities, for taking specific creeps out at camps, helping to set up surrounds, that kind of thing. A little bit expensive for what it does. Costs an entire 125 gold unit, but perhaps it'll have some utility once the Vile Tree has sort of outsurvived its frontline usefulness. Now I'm going to go ahead and warp 10 so I can show off the next unit, the Cutthroat. Cutthroat is a very mobile assassin unit. High move speed, but also quite fragile. It's a melee piercing unit that has the Incise ability. So Incise will deal bonus damage, fairly significant bonus damage, but only once every 9 seconds. So the Cutthroat is well suited for hit and run tactics, hiding. Essentially, you want to attack and then get out of there before they see too much trouble. Because they will fall fairly quickly. Now, the Cutthroats do have a couple abilities to help support their hit and run preference. The first one I want to show off is going to be Throwing Knives. Throwing Knives might be predictable. Turns the Cutthroat into a ranged unit. As a neat little bonus, this allows the Cutthroats to attack air. But note as well that they do retain their Incise. I microed that better last time I tried, but you get the idea. So, in addition to Throwing Knives, they can also get Shadow Stride, which I'll show off in just a moment here. In the meantime, let's look at the Brute. The Brute is a heavy melee unit, analogous to Knights or Abominations. Just pretty solid melee damage. Where the Brute shines is going to be its abilities, again. It has Cruelty, which is supposed to have an upgrade, but I haven't coded that right. Cruelty is essentially a cleave area damage, but it also heals the Brute for a small portion of whatever damage it deals. In addition to Cruelty, it can also research Demon Clasp, which gives it passive mana, magic, and spell damage reduction. And then you can also use Demon Clasp. You can cast it periodically to clear whatever buffs have been cast. Debuffs have been cast on the Brute. Doing so does remove the passive benefit for 20 seconds. Cutting back to the Cutthroat, their final research here is going to be the Shadow Stride ability, which is just a short-range blink, just to make them a little bit more annoying. So, the last unit here is the Conduit, and this is actually the first unit that I created out of this faction. The Conduit is a sturdy melee unit. Good health, good armor, and it also possesses the Mana Shield ability. 1-for-1 damage to armor, damage to mana. But what makes the Conduit unique is what happens when it runs out of mana. It dies. It also plays some fancy effects on nearby allies, indicating that its mortal displacement ability has triggered. Essentially, when the Conduit dies, whether it's from loss of life or loss of mana, whatever resource it still has, it disperses to nearby allies, just a portion of it. But that's all that I've got to showcase right now. I was very excited to show this off. I've been having a lot of fun creating it. So I look forward to showing off the heroes when I get around to making those, the caster and siege units, and whatever else happens to crop up from this little project. So thanks for checking it out, and I hope I can show you more soon.